in conversation with one and only Gautam Gambhir, a very dear friend of mine and a brand ambassador of Advanced Hair Studio for now 3 years. Gauti, thank you for giving us this time.
Pleasure.
It's been 3 years you've been with us. How's the experience so far?
I loved every bit of it. I thought 3 years just flew, and I've always maintained, I think if anyone wants to consult about any hair problem, Advanced Hair Studio is the best place to approach, because I've been very satisfied since last 3.5 years, and been really happy with it. It's been a great association. Hopefully it continues for a long time, and I can assure you this with all probability that Advanced Hair Studio is the best hair replacement or hair growth company in the world.
You came to us in a preliminary hair loss condition, and I think except few of us, nobody knew that you were actually encountering a hair loss problem. How important it was for you to get this done before it was late, because I believe for the world your appearance has remained the same.
Really important. It depends on the individual as well, but what individual wants to be like, and for some people I'm sure that it might not matter a lot, but for some people like me it did really matter a lot that how I look, and not only for the visibility point of view and from my profession point of view, but from my own confidence point of view as well. But there would be a lot of people I've known, they're not even bothered about how they look and what is the condition of their hair. But for me, as I said, that it is very important for me to look nice, to have that confidence, that X factor or whatever you call, just not in your professional life but in your normal life as well. So I thought that for me to take the decision at the right time was very, very important.
And the confidence you're referring to, did it help you on and off the ground both?
Absolutely. The way you feel off the field is the way you feel on the field as well. It is not like you feel $1 million on the cricket field and you don't feel $1 million off the cricket field as well. It is just, I think it just goes hand in hand. And the way I used to feel about myself off the field is to carry that on the cricket field as well, and it is very natural for everyone. As I said, for me, I think it was very important the way I looked and the kind of confidence I had when I was away from the game and when I was away from the on-field activities. So for me, as I said, that confidence of looking nice and that confidence of having full head of hair was very, very important for me to have the best performance on the cricket field as well.
You played with many cricket legends, playing for India and playing for other parts of the world. There are a group of people who lost hair. It changed their appearance. The whole world came to know about it. There are people who did something like you before it was late, like Shane Warne, for example. And then there are a group of people who are having these crazy hairdos, like I remember Kevin Peterson used to color his hair blue, and how West Indian cricket players would change their hairdos, or our own former cricket captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni having longer hair. So from your perspective, do you think that hair actually plays a very important role for cricketers across the world? I mean, for anybody for that matter, but in particular for cricketers?
As I said, that it really depends on an individual, what he wants to get out of it as well. As I said, I've known a lot of people, for them hair did not matter at all, and for some people like me and maybe some other cricketers, hair did matter a lot, and how they looked was very, very important, and they wanted to change their look. They wanted to have full head of hair, because that would just help them off the field as well. That would just help them in their normal life, how they looked and how they would approach and how they would carry themselves. So they can take that confidence on the field as well. Personally for me, I think hair was a very important part of my entire personality.
So last 3 years you've been with us. Now because of the concepts we have like Supernatural and Complete, we have achieved a head full of hair for you. Have you been changing your hairstyles, playing with your hair every now and then?
Yes, I do, because I've got the luxury to do that. I think a lot of people do not have the luxury to play around with their hair. People who've got that luxury obviously plays around with their hair, and I think it is a blessing to have full head of hair in today's day and age as well. If you see so many people having this hair loss issue, and it has to be a blessing if you've got that full head of hair and you can play around with your hair and you can change your hairstyles as well. Though I'm a very simple boy, I don't like keeping too many funky stuff, but I'm very, very happy to have full head of hair.
Today we launched Advanced Hair Studio fitness program and home program to make things more convenient for people, and especially addressing the younger generation young boys and girls who are literally in their late like early 20s or at teen age, and what we're promoting is like, or rather encouraging people, is to understand the importance of precautions are better than cure in when it comes to hair. And most of the people have this habit of putting hair on hair back burner, and then waiting for such a long time till it's late, and then their appearance is already changed for the world, and then people are making fun of them, passing comments, calling them ganje and takle, and giving them different names, calling them uncle in their 20s, and a lot of people don't realize that when they're making fun of these boys, it's putting them under severe depression, they're losing confidence. So what would you like to say to the viewers, or especially the young ones, that what is the importance of what you've done?
Look, you've answered your own question. I think precaution is better than the cure. I think you got to be smart enough to know when you want to go about, when you want to consult the doctor if you ever have that problem, rather than just making it too late for yourself. Because once it's too late, it's very difficult to get it back. And once you realize the problem early on, once the problem starts, it's very difficult to, it's very easy to cure that problem. And Advanced Hair Studio is the best place where you can actually consult as well. So I feel that, as I said, that if you can rectify the problem, if you can first of all diagnose the problem at the right time and then rectify it at the right time, obviously you're going to be blessed with full head of hair. But once you leave it for too late and you feel that, oh, it really doesn't bother me, and I'm just getting thinning and stuff, it's going to get okay on its own. And once it gets too late, obviously then your appearance change, and then when you want to get back to the same appearance which you had with full head of hair, obviously then people would get to know that you've done something different, or you've done something which is not natural as well. So it is very important to get, first of all, diagnose the problem and then rectify it at the right time.
This question's a bit candid, but I think it's important to ask you this question, that you, before coming to Advanced Hair Studio, underwent 2 hair transplants, and unfortunately you didn't achieve the required results. And I believe there was that phase where it was becoming frustrating for you, that you are ready to opt for a procedure, you are ready to give required time and spend required money, but you are still not getting that result. And I believe that a lot of people across the world right now, they are in a similar mindset, that they think hair transplant is something what they can opt for any time of their life, and it'll do the trick and give them a full head of hair. So would you like to say something about this?
Look, some people might feel that once they've got completely bald and they get the transplant, they would be happy with it. But some people like me feel that the more the hair on your head, the better it is, because you could play around with your hair, you could play, do different hairstyles, and then you're not too much bothered about the thinning and all that stuff. So I was always someone who was for me, hair was very important, and I wanted as much of hair as I can get. And obviously, as you rightly said, that maybe I was not happy with the kind of results I got with the hair transplant. Maybe I was expecting much more out of that. And since I've come to Advanced Hair Studio, obviously things have changed, and I think the entire perception about hair transplant, and the entire perception of what full head of hair is, the experience of having that full head of hair is completely different since I've got to Advanced Hair Studio.
Last question, the reason probably you chose Advanced Hair Studio, of course I would like to hear it from you. Was it more to do with the procedures, or the kind of brand ambassadors we have across the world, a lot of them who happen to be cricket players, or what was it from your perspective?
For me, I think it really doesn't matter who endorses the brand, and whoever. For me, I think it was all about the results as well. And it really didn't matter to me that who was endorsing Advanced Hair Studio. All that mattered to me was that what Advanced Hair Studio can give it to me, and what I was looking for. If I was looking for something which Advanced Hair Studio could give it, and what Advanced Hair Studio has done it, obviously I would be happy to be associated with them as well. And that was the only reason why I got to Advanced Hair Studio, because I got what I was looking for.
So far so good?
So far so good.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, and be rest assured we're going to look after you
Thanks.
for as long as possible.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.